Hello my friends on YouTube. Today is the 10th of September 2023. It's Sunday, and before we start, our condolences to those who perished in the Moroccan earthquake. And we urge those who can contribute to the disaster to go through whatever organization you like, whether it's the Red Cross or what have you, to help. Thank you very much. Today's video is Islam and the power of the throne. I chose this today even though I'm going to speak about Abraham, or the real name is Ibrahim, the son of Muhammad, the founder of Islam. His name was Ibrahim. The thing here, it has something to do with something going on in Egypt at this time. Let's start with what's going on in Egypt. Throughout history, actually, not just in Egypt, those who make it to the authority or power or to the throne, or the kings or queens or what have you, all throughout history, not just in the Middle East, used all the power to maintain authority. This is not just in Islam, all over, throughout history. However, these days, most countries, especially in the West, they have they came out of that. So most of the time, there is election and election cycle, and there's a change of government and so on and so forth. Those who do better to help people, they actually win. So normally election decides. However, in dictatorship countries, it's not like that. It is whoever makes it to the throne, he keeps power by force. In Egypt, there's a journalist who is attacking, not physically, but he is criticizing President Sisi. I don't know so much about him. His name is Husham Qasim. He is a journalist, and he's in prison. It's very easy to criticize. It's very easy to criticize. I don't know how much solutions he's offering, because even here in America and in Western countries, oftentimes you get a person who is running for an office, and all that he is doing is criticizing his opponent, but he is not offering anything to help the people. So it's very easy to criticize. I'm not saying that this man does not have any answers or any better ideas, but the fact that he is in prison, that is disturbing to me. Even if he's not offering anything, yes, he can criticize. That is his freedom of speech. However, they put him in. They found a way to say he violated the law, and he is in prison. I am very much against that, because once again, this is the fear of the existing government of Sisi to be taken out. And all throughout history, especially in the Islamic history, no, even in the recent history in Muslim countries, no leader left office through election. All of them, it's either taken out or murdered, or have a coup against them. They don't leave voluntarily. Never. It never happened. And now the president of Egypt is practicing the same thing. In a way, Egypt is in a dilemma, because country as a whole is not mature enough really to practice freedom, or to have free election. And the reason here is the Muslim Brotherhood still have a strong hand over the mind and the heart of people. So they can come to them and say, Allah said, and therefore we have to follow this man, and pretty much they will follow, even if this man will take them to total destruction. It is very unfortunate, but that is the situation. So I don't have an answer for that, but I'm merely telling you what's happening. They are trying to keep power, the authority, by force. Is that the best for Egypt? It could be. But also, my idea here, President Sisi, he had about 10 years. He could have elevated the mind of people to be responsible enough to make a sound decision to choose a good leader. But still, he is working very much with the religious authority. You help me here, I help you here. So you support me with your religious idea, and I will make sure that you survive, and stuff like that. So it is very complicated situation. It's very unfortunate, but that's reality now. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to see the situation of Ibrahim, the son of the founder of Islam 1400 years ago. He had a son. Supposedly he had a son. And I'm saying supposedly because the Sunni, under the leadership of Aisha, the favored bride of the Prophet, of the founder of Islam, the young bride whom he married when she was 6 and consummated the marriage with her when she was 9, she said that this boy, Ibrahim, is the son of Gurayh. Gurayh was an Egyptian slave, came with Maria the Copt, whom she conceived with that child, Ibrahim. She accused Maria the Copt that she conceived of her slave, not of the Prophet. And it seems to me because the Prophet, he told his nephew, go and kill this slave. He didn't say, examine the situation. In my last video I said there is a good chance that Muhammad was impotent. Aisha knew that. So it's very easy for her to tell him, this is not your son. I know you're impotent. There was no Viagra back then. So you're impotent. How can that be your son? It's not your son. I mean, if he was not impotent, he would say, how did you know that he's not my son? You speak like that with authority, like he's not my son. Yes, maybe she had extramarital, Maria the Copt, maybe she had extramarital affair, maybe she slept with the slave. Yes, there is a chance, but also there is a chance that this child is mine. But she was very clear, that's not your son. She knew he cannot perform, and all that he can have sexual relationship with 9 women in one night and all that. All this is nonsense. If he really did all that, he wouldn't right away tell his nephew, go and kill him. He would wait until that child 3-4 years old and he can look and see if he resembles him or not. But he knew I could not do that, and she conceived. Very much so. This child is somebody else. And because Aisha said she knows who's going into Maria the Copt's house and whom she is doing what with. That takes us really to when I read and I was examining the situation for this subject, there is no story, because no one woman will write about herself that I had extramarital affair with somebody other than my husband and I conceived. Nobody will do that. So, but you have to look through the lines and the stories and see how the Muslim Sunni talk and expose Muslim Shiite, and vice versa, the Muslim Shiite, how they expose the Muslim Sunni. And I heard one Muslim Shiite clerk was calling Aisha the favorite wife of the Prophet, the young bride, the one who was 9 years old when he consummated the marriage with her. He is calling her names like she's a whore, I can't even say the names that he's calling her online. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything in English from the Shiite side saying that, but you have to speak Arabic. I'm going to put this video in the description box. And there are no documents. Of course, no woman will write her autobiography and say, I fooled around with my slave or whatever. And there will be no wife of the Prophet will write that he was impotent. You have to kind of like figure it out yourself. And this is my conclusion. Muhammad had a problem, and he loved women, and the leader of Alexandria sent him a couple of girls. So okay, just stay away from us, keep these girls. And as we said in the last video, these were not the daughters of the Prime Minister or the Foreign Affairs Minister of Egypt. These were, they were doing that. There are a couple of girls, they didn't know anything else other than selling their body. So you sell your body in Egypt or in China, it doesn't matter. Go and take care of this guy sexually. So I guess they try, especially Maria the Copt, tried to take care of him sexually, and she couldn't. There was nothing, but he was so happy that they said that she was white and she was pretty, and he was happy to be, and probably she knew how to please an impotent person, so he was so happy with her, and then she conceived. In the story, it says that he was with her day and night. He couldn't separate himself from her. So, if he was really performing sexually with this woman, Maria the Copt, not the moment Aisha tells me that this boy does not look like you, he is the son of the slave, I will order my nephew right away to murder this slave. He's feeling ashamed. However, Ali did not murder him, and I spoke in the last video that it would be a scandal. So, why Ibrahim died? He could have died natural death. But if you look at the situation, now Ali came back to Muhammad the Prophet and told him, oh, that guy was a eunuch. He didn't have sexual organ. So Maria the Copt can never conceive from this guy. So he didn't kill him. But that's a problem for Aisha, because she wanted the authority after Muhammad, and she was planning. The Shia explains it, they explain it very well, that she and the other wife, the daughter of Omar, the second caliphate, the first caliphate Abu Bakr, his daughter is Aisha. The second caliphate was also the wife of Muhammad, her name is Hafsa. They worked together to poison Muhammad, their husband. But before they poisoned him, they had to make sure that his seed also is dead, whether it is his seed or not. Now Ali came back, his nephew, and said that this slave didn't have sexual organs. So rest your heart and mind, this boy is your son. What happened to the son? He will inherit the father's legacy. He will inherit the inheritance of the father, the money, the wealth, the authority. If this happened, Aisha will get nothing. Her father Abu Bakr will get nothing. Hafsa, the second wife, will get nothing. Her father Omar, the second caliph, will get nothing. And this is a young boy. He will live long time, maybe to the age of 50, 60, 70. He will be the caliphate, and his sons or grandsons will be the caliphate after him. This is not written in books. This is my own interpretation of the situation. Nobody will write, Aisha will never write down, oh, I poisoned the son of the Prophet. Me and Hafsa, we killed the son of the Prophet so that we can maintain power. No, they're not that stupid. They will not write down that we poisoned our husband. And yet the Shia are 23% of Muslim. They explain it. They say these two women poisoned him, and they curse their fathers and their... Anyway, that is the situation of maintaining power in Islam. Many countries, or rather most advanced countries, they are done with that. Islam, and a country like Egypt until now, whoever rises against the authority and power and the throne, put in prison or killed. We thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you.